Hello, this is Smoke Joe Gamer on Twitch and YouTube. I am live streaming this from Twitch. This is my Holiday Buying Guide 2023. This is Disgaea 7. I streamed this before, but I'm streaming it again because it's awesome. Just go ahead and start that up, and here we are. So, I streamed a little bit when I first got the game. I bought the Collector's Edition. I got the box behind me right there. And got this nice steelbook case too, right here. So, yeah, I got the limited edition directly from Nipponichi, which is nice. So, as I explained before, I didn't number these episodes or anything. You can watch them in any order. You can, if you don't catch the live stream on Twitch, you can watch it later on YouTube. And the idea here is just to play through some games that I liked. I can stream them, I can review them, talk about them, just tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, and you can decide if that's something you want to buy or not. And this is a good time of year to do it. There may still be some Black Friday, Cyber Monday type deals out there. The Steam Autumn sale ended, but they'll be doing another holiday sale at the end of the year. So that's the idea. Over the next month, I'm going to just play and talk about some of my favorite games from 2023 and then help you decide if you want to get them or not. And this is Disgaea 7. So, let's get this started. Oh, see, that looks neat. Alright. Cool. And the phone is silent. Okay. Good. Here we go. All right, cool. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's get started. Now, just a spoiler alert, I'm on Chapter 6 already, so... And you can see, there's my playtime. So this is about 20 hours into the game. I like the story so far. I like the characters. In Chapter 6, they're totally making fun of, like, resellers on eBay and stuff, and I think that's awesome. Like, fuck those people. So... yeah.
Lost lambs. This is the hospital. May God
So chances are, if you are familiar with the Disgaea series and you like it, you probably bought this game the second it became available, like I did. And I really like this. To me, it's like, it's more straightforward than 5 and 6 were in terms of the story. There's not, like, there's plenty of side content, but the pacing of this game reminds me more so of 3 and 4 in a good way. So at this stage of the game, I've got, you know, some higher level characters now. And I got, as you progress through the story, there's more features that you unlock.
I'll show you the way, dude.
So let me just get right into it. Yeah. So at this point in the story, they've been to different worlds. So the whole thing is kind of based on the Edo period of Japan. So this is one of many netherworlds. Each Disgaea game takes place in a different netherworld with different characters. And so you don't have to play them in any specific order. There are 7 main entries. There's also Disgaea D2, which was a direct sequel to the first game. And then there's a whole bunch of spin-off games, like there's the 2D platformers, Prinny, Do I Really Get to Be the Hero Dude? Yeah. So at this point in the story, they went to the casino, they went into a martial arts tournament, and now they're trying to get a demonic staff, but of course somebody on eBay has it and wants some ridiculous amount of money. And you can see all the warehouses and stuff. So let's just do this. So I guess this stream is more for the benefit of people who aren't familiar with the series yet. This is a good entry point. Like I said, you can play them in any order, and this one is on PS5, Switch, PC, and this one has 3D graphics. And it doesn't have performance issues like 6 did on the Switch at least. And this is also going back to a more traditional kind of leveling system with normal numbers, because 6 for some reason just multiplied all the numbers, so you would be doing a bajillion damage and you'd level up like 20 times in one level. So in here we're back to just normal math, which I like. And of course the series is completely ridiculous. The stories are not really meant to be taken seriously, but there's very likable characters.
Yeah, I got it.
Huh. A stupid mecha angel duo from the fighting.
Ooh. Yeah.
Additional charge! Sexual harassment!
Just for that?
Now that you've finally finished your stupid intro.
That woman there has committed plenty of... Me? That Prinny next to you is...
You think I've abducted Peachon? This is all
I am her secretary. I've not been a...
We're the Spec-Opsy!
Okay. And as you can see, it's a pretty typical tactical strategy RPG. If you've played Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem, you'll feel right at home here. In this level, you can see there's 2 boss characters, so typically in that instance, if you just kill those 2, the stage will end. So some stages do have objectives like that, but most levels you have to kill all the enemies. Then you have your geo panels, and it's important to look at these to see what they do, and then you've got your geo symbols that will give certain effects to every tile of that color. So as you can see, what's going to happen is super encroach means that these teal tiles are just going to keep spreading to replace the purple ones. So, and you can see I did some leveling outside of the story, which you can do. You can replay any stage any number of times, so do some level grinding. There's also an auto battle feature. You can only use it on levels you've already beaten, which is good. So Disgaea 6 introduced the auto battle system, but it was so easy to abuse it, and then you just didn't end up actually playing the game at all. And I thought the story was kind of meh. Okay. I think I can walk across here, right? Why not? No, I can't. I can't walk across that. Okay. So the best option is to set up 2 teams. Alright, let me do that. And I'm always torn between just steamrolling everything with my strongest people or actually trying to level up lower level people. So I'll send Cat Girl that way. And she can heal, so she'll go that way. The other girl can heal too. Alright.
Do as your shogun says!
Yeah, and they all have, like, wacky names. Sometimes I just randomize the name until I get something really funny. And some characters I captured from other levels and they already had names and I didn't change them. So...
Battle call.
Alright.
You're not getting away.
You know what? See, he's crazy high level, so... Don't really need him to
I'm ready to brawl.
do anything.
There.
So each Disgaea game will typically introduce some kind of unique feature, but may also omit features from previous games. So in this case, you don't have tower attacks anymore, which was always a staple of the series. But now you have Jumbify, where a character gets really big and has huge AoE attacks. You also have Hell Mode, where a character can become really powerful and gain access to new specials. Normally I just stream PS5 games directly from console, so I don't have to move wires around, but today I decided to connect it to the capture card.
I'm ready to brawl.
And what's great about PS5 is there's an on-off switch for HDCP. It can be tough to use capture cards with Switch or Xbox because it keeps re-engaging HDCP and stuff. So. Okay. Oh, and that's a yellow geo symbol. Oh, that could be problematic. I didn't realize that. I didn't see these. Whoops. Oh, okay. So, the idea is you're supposed to... Alright. You don't want them to turn teal, or you want to beat it before these things go into effect. Alright, that could be problematic. Well, what are you going to do? Oh no! Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. I do that sometimes. I accidentally hit end turn without meaning to. Well, that sucks. And then there's also quests you can do, like it'll tell you to defeat certain types of enemies and stuff. So... Alright. But the only thing is, streaming from PS5, I'm getting a little bit of audio delay. Oh well. Yeah, so you can see some attacks can only be used when you're in Hell Mode. But Hell Mode ends as soon as you use one of those specials. Or after a few turns.
Training.
He's not hitting very hard. Oh well. So silence means that you can't use special moves if you're on a tile that's affected by it. Enemy boost is self-explanatory. Alright.
Rookie mistake.
3 turns left. Alright. Right, I can't use a special because this is now affected by silence. This game also doesn't have Magic Change or Monster Fusion. The Magic Change was introduced in 3, Monster Fusion was only in 4 so far. And when you destroy a geo symbol on a particular color, then every panel of that color will get turned. And then there's a null symbol that will eliminate all geo panels. So the geo symbols and panels have been there from the beginning, they just modified the terrain.
Sorry for jumping to conclusions, Meow. Our sincerest apologies!
So, fans of the Disgaea series should definitely play this. Why not? It's Disgaea. It's
What's your
good.
deal anyway?
It's as good as 3 and 4 as far as I'm concerned. And fans of just tactical or strategy RPGs in general may like this. It is very zany. People who don't like anime might be turned off by the visual style and all that, but it's alright.
Humans are very capable workers, Meow. With regards to this matter...
Oh.
Well, it's obvious you're talking.
I guess
Like, so far, this is probably my favorite game of 2023. But that's because I've been playing this series since the 3rd game on PS3. So I've been playing Disgaea games since like 2008, probably. So the first 2 games were on PS2. 3rd game was on PS3.
Nonsense and then leave.
The first 3 games were all ported to... Well, the first 2 games were ported to PSP. 3rd game was ported to Vita. 4th game was originally PS3 exclusive, then made it to Vita, and then got an updated version for newer consoles. And 5 started out as a PS4 exclusive, but then was also released on Switch and PC.
So why are they sticking?
All right. It's. Wait, what?
And like I said, you do not have to play these games in order, but you would want to play the original Disgaea before playing Disgaea D2.
Need a prayer? Blessings be
So,
upon you.
in between battles, you talk to her if you want to heal. You talk to this guy if you want to recruit additional characters now. And unlike previous games, you can spend money to raise their level at the start, so you don't have to grind them all the way up from level 1. But there's also a way that you can capture enemy units. The rules are that it has to be a class you could already make, that you unlocked, and then they have to be a lower level than your main character, which I believe is Perillica, not Fuji. The cheat shop is self-explanatory. This was introduced in D2, and it made it into the remastered version of 4. What you can do is, you have certain points that you can assign, so you can decide, okay, you know what, I don't care about money, I just want more XP. You could do that. Or vice versa, like, I don't care about XP or mana, I just want more money. So. And then enemy strength, like, this isn't really cheating, you can make enemies stronger, which helps with level grinding. So at level 20, I'll show you what happens. If I max that out, and I go and replay the very first level,
I'll show you the way, dude.
because a huge part of Disgaea is level grinding,
I'll show you the way,
unfortunately.
dude.
And you can eventually hit level 9,999. In Disgaea games, the story is just the tip of the iceberg. The post-game content is where you really see what you're made of. Introductory trouncing stage, there's a lot of fourth wall breakage and tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff. So, see how they're all level 50? Normally they'd be like level 1 and 2, because it's the first level. Now they're level 50. So what I'm going to do is, you can stack characters on top of each other to make a tower, although you don't have tower attacks anymore, which is kind of disappointing. And monsters cannot have other people on top of them. You can also throw characters, so that's to get around the map more easily. And in this one, monsters can do a move called Mon Toss. Normally monsters couldn't throw people, but now they can. Let's see what I want to do here.
It's me.
And like your main characters tend to be stronger and have better moves and stuff, which is good.
Commencing mission.
You must be doing sacrifices. Boutique!
And I have this in fast motion to skip all of the attack animations because I've seen them all before,
Magical prowess!
and it just makes the battles go a lot quicker. So in the early games, characters had to be adjacent for a chance at a team attack. Now they can be within a few spaces. It's not a big deal. Only thing is when you create a tower now, it doesn't evenly disperse the XP anymore. It's only those characters who actually join in the attack.
Lost lambs.
Which does make it harder to do some level grinding, but it's fine.
CD!
Alright.
GH!
So yeah, I'm just going over all the features. Then there's a shop, obviously, where you can
Looking for something?
buy weapons, items, consumable items, stuff like that. Got a lot of stuff I don't really... Oh, that's good. Okay. Better give that to somebody. Yeah, I don't need that. So that's pretty straightforward.
Come back!
You can see they all have equipment. You can rename items too and change the look. And you can see this says level 10 next to it. Items can be leveled up, which makes them more powerful. And you do that through the item world, which is a huge part of the Disgaea games. It's been there from the beginning. Now in this one, as you gain mastery with a specific weapon, you learn attacks that are unique to that weapon. Or that type of weapon anyways. Whereas like your main, like each class also has extra skills they can learn regardless of what weapon they have equipped. Like they just learn them at certain levels. And your main characters like Fuji, Higan, Perilica, these like story characters, they tend to have better moves and better stats too. And there are your stats, so there's just a lot of math in this game. There's a lot of crunching numbers and whatnot. So I like this game because it's complicated, but I have to be in the right kind of mood for it. You know, so for instance, your attack does dictate how much damage you do, but an enemy's defense will lower the damage. And your chance to hit, that's accuracy, and speed is your chance to evade. So even though he's got a 13 in attack, if he were to attack someone who has a really high speed stat like her, he might miss. And then you have like the warrior class down here. He's got like, these classes tend to have higher defense, so they're easier to hit, but they're not going to take as much damage, and they have a lot more health too. So it's just a matter of understanding what each class is kind of good at, which you can usually tell just by looking at stats. So Intelligence affects spell damage, usually elemental spells. Resistance has to do with, it reduces damage from magic attacks, but also affects healing magic. So I go over here to the skill shop,
This is the skill shop.
so any learned skills can be improved. Yeah. And then the squads are similar to what you had in Disgaea 3. You had like a classroom, and there were clubs, and that would cause different things to happen. So,
Just squads here.
like, yeah, so basically, these two are very important, because this one means whoever the leader is, any experience they get, they share with the other members. So that's really helpful for level grinding with weaker characters. And then mana is what you use to buy more skills. So yeah, this is all very complicated, but the game does a good job with tutorials to kind of explain it.
Quite well.
Like if you go into the help section here, it'll tell you anything you want to know. This one also has a weird kind of online ranked battle system that I'm just not interested in. And special content is DLC. Now, the Dark Assembly, this is important to talk about. So if there's... Yeah, so like if you want to establish a new squad, I'm going to pick this just to show you. Success rate is 70%. So here you are in like a Senate chamber kind of thing. So all of the games have something like this where you can try to pass bills, and it'll tell you which people are likely to support your bill and what level they are. So this has a high chance of passing, so let's just go for it. You can try to bribe them, but yeah, so that time I did it. But if you fail, you can attempt to fight them, but they may be much higher level than you, and then there's some tricks you can use to try to kind of cheat a little bit. Now, an improvement in here, which is great, is you don't actually have to go through the item world anymore. There's a squad you can set up that will do it for you. Oh wow, I got a bunch of stuff. Alright, that's cool. Alright, cool.
Please come again.
Establish the escort duty squad. Alright. Oh, and I fulfilled some quests here. Alright, let's go to the quest shop. And that's just what you think. He gives you quests, you give him the stuff he wants. So, they want angel cake, which is very valuable, but I've just been waiting to get that. Alright, so I can make
Here for you.
a new class. Which one is it? No, that's a zombie. Oh. Rookie Maiko. This one's new to this game. I don't know what this... I don't know what this character does. Okay, so resin hit means this is probably a healer type. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. If a male unit attacks her, then they might get charmed, which means that they fight for you instead. Alright, so let me just show you how this works. And I'm hitting randomize just... Yeah, I just like to keep hitting randomize to see what kind of funny names they come up with. Frozen Tangerine, okay. So I gotta spend $19,000 for her to get an extra 3 stat points. And since these two have higher aptitude, like, I'm going to put the points there, because you're better off just focusing on what a character's good at. Like, if you play these games and try to balance it out and try to compensate what they're not good at, you're going to have crappy characters. You need to just go all in on whatever they're good at. So now, if I'm going to spend $35,000 to make her a level 44 to start. And then you can choose a voice.
I'll show you my craft. This'll hurt.
Nice. I don't dance too good. Nice. Yeah.
I like that one.
Let's do this anything.
And you might have noticed, see how there's extra ranks? This is what happens. As you use a class more, you unlock higher levels of that class. Now this game's a little different though, because in the early games, once you got a fighter to like level 20 or 30, then you would unlock warrior. You'd have to reincarnate him and go from level 1 again. But in this one, they just automatically convert to the higher class.
Come again.
And reincarnation is where you send a character back to level 1, but they retain some of their stats and stuff, and they level up faster too. So the whole point of the game is when you get towards the end, like the end game, you want to keep reincarnating characters so they just get stronger and stronger. So yeah, so here's New Girl. You can also reincarnate one class into another class, but I'm still not sure what the benefits of doing that are. And each character has a unique ability that cannot be unequipped. Oh. So I want to save money to make her stronger. I forgot about that. Then you have these other abilities, like there are some that are just kind of generic, like anybody could learn it with enough mana. So yeah, Intense Mean Guy, Increase Attack Growth, like anybody can learn that one. But then each class also has additional unique ones they can learn, and your main characters always have some really interesting abilities that like no one else can get. So this game has a system where you can turn abilities into scrolls, which can then be used to teach it to other characters, which is interesting. So if I go here, yeah, see, I've got a whole bunch of abilities that I could teach to anybody I want. Alright. The juice bar was introduced in 6. In this game, it's better. Like, in 6, it was really expensive to do stuff with.
Welcome to the juice bar.
You had to spend money. Whereas in this one, it doesn't cost anything. It's just that as you defeat enemies, you get additional XP that you can give to characters. So, I'm going to try to... Yeah, I have enough to level her up once, which is nice.
That'll do.
Oh, and then there's...
Bye now. Oh, hey, welcome.
Okay, so apparently I've got some extra stuff saved up that I forgot about. So this is how you can further boost their stats. And unlike 6, you don't have to pay for it. So what I'm going to do now is just show you the...
I'll show you the way to...
Auto Battle does make it into this game, but like I said, it's got to be a level you already beat. So I beat this one already, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn Auto Battle on. So see the number 155? That's how many turns of Auto Battle I have available. And you get that just from beating levels and stuff. Whereas in 6, you could just... It was unlimited. You could just have people keep doing Auto Battle forever, and you could really exploit that. It was too tempting to use, I would say. And in this case, I chose just the lowest level people just to make it easier to level them all up. So, here we go. Yeah. But see, at the end of each turn, the number goes down, so the longer it takes, the more resources you're using. Of course, it is possible to lose, so you do have to watch out.
Where's my next time? Lock on.
Here I go.
Dang it.
My turn.
Dang it.
My pedals. Okay.
Yeah, see, he just got enough class mastery, so now he automatically upgrades to the next one, which just has slightly higher stats. And also unlocks additional color options. Yeah, actually, what's cool is that if you reincarnate a character into a different class, then that actually will unlock an additional, whatchamacallit, color option. I forgot about that. And this is an anime-inspired game, as you can see. There is some fan service, but it's not bad. There's no nudity or anything like that. I'd say it's perfectly appropriate for teenagers.
Blessings be upon you.
All right. And this is the PS5 version, which is the one I recommend if you have a PS5. Although some people only have Switch, and you can get it on there too, but the graphics and frame rate might not be as high, I'm not sure. And you can choose between performance or graphics mode, but honestly, like, I can't even see a difference right now. So I think maybe performance is just, like, maybe that's 120 FPS. I don't know. Yeah. And you can make everything, like, insanely fast. Yeah, so, like, right now I'm skipping stuff, so maybe it would be a good idea to not skip everything, just for the sake of the stream here. Just like in the main menu. Random. And this game has autosave after each stage. The early games did not have autosave. So you had to manually save every time you finished a battle, because otherwise you might die. Another difference is in the old games, if you lost a battle, you went back to the title screen, it was game over. Whereas in this one, it'll let you retry the battle or just go back to base without keeping any of the stuff you may have gotten. So the reason to go through the item world is you can just make weapons and items stronger. Instead of having to buy new ones. But it really just becomes more meaningful in the late game. When, you know, you have higher level items that'll actually, like, benefit from it more. So I've noticed in this game, items level up more, but each level up barely does anything to their stats, at least for, like, some of the lower level items that I tried. There's also less item world floors, which means there's more of a jump in enemy levels in between, so let me see if I can just show you what I'm talking about here. Unfortunately, you cannot use auto battle in item world, which to me kind of defeats the whole purpose. So right here, this is telling me that this only has 10 floors because it's just a regular item, and enemies will start at level 28, but then they'll go up from there. Whereas this one still has 9 floors left, but the residents are going to be high level. So the gold and green items and blue are higher rarity, so they have more slots to put innocents in, and that's a whole other thing. Innocents are these characters you'll find in the item world. Like, for instance, let me just go here. Yes, look, so Gladiator, add bonus points to an item's attack. So that means there's a character inside the item that is giving it plus 12 attack. Now, if you go in there and defeat that innocent, then they're subdued, which means you can put them in any item and you can combine them together and do other stuff. So if I hit combine, the two gladiators just combined. So, and the smiley face means you subdued them. So, yeah, so there's two gladiators in that item. So, let's see. And then this time around you can choose a route to take if you want. So, I'm gonna try this. So, Item World is procedurally generated dungeons with floors. So, when I defeat all enemies or enter this pink portal, it'll take me to the next level. And there's an innocent right there. He's the gladiator that's inside the item. So, I'm gonna want to try to take him out because they will attack innocents. So, you're gonna want to take him out as quick as you can. Alright. So, yeah, this game can be overwhelming. It is very complicated. So now you're going to actually see the attack animations. I figure people might want to see that.
Your life's mine, dude.
And Prinnies are kind of the mascot characters of the game. They look like little penguins. But they're actually the souls of the damned. Because each Disgaea game does take place in a netherworld full of demons. So humans who die and go to hell get turned into Prinnies so they can work off their sentence. Yeah, see, so in this game, characters do not have to be adjacent to help each other out. So she joined in on the attack just now, which means she gets part of the XP. Oh, so New Girl doesn't have any good equipment yet, but she should be able to
You're dead.
take some people out. What does she have here? Character gets another action. Hey! That's useful.
Peace. Ta-da! Or something.
Hey, dude. Here I go. I screwed up.
Hurt much? Tom, it all comes down to this punch.
So when they finally made the jump to full 3D character sprites, you can see that they
Coming.
went a little overboard with the female characters.
It's over.
Need more training.
Which doesn't bother me, but, you know. Some people might not like that. Some people. Another cool thing you can do is you can... If you pick up an enemy and throw them into another enemy, they combine. So the higher level character basically consumes the lower level one, and that comes in handy if you want to try and force a bill that fails in the Senate. If there's like, let's say there's a level 300 enemy that, a level 300 character who votes no and then wants to kill you. If there's a level 400 who says yes, you just throw them in, and now you've got a level 700 that can just do your bidding, basically. Alright, I have not seen this attack animation yet. What does this do? Okay, so Prinny's gonna jump in on this.
Sin, breathe. I heard you.
Okay,
Awkward.
I screwed up.
that was kind of neat. And you can still press triangle to skip the animation. And you can see that in each level you now have these missions. In the other games, you would get, like, there'd be a meter that would fill up as you do combos and stuff, and the higher the meter, the more and better items you get at the end. Now they just have these 5, each level has 5 of these quests you can do. that will get you extra items. And in this case, since we're in item world, this is how you get more levels added to your item, which is going to ultimately make it stronger. And as it suggests, if I destroy this, then the item gets extra levels. So, item world is a little different in this game because in earlier games, you know, you do 10 levels of item world and your item could get an extra 100 attack or an extra 20 defense or whatever. You know, items got huge bonuses, but in this game it's like a level 100 item may only get an extra 5 or 10 points to attack power, so it's weird. It's like it's not as meaningful, but this is still a fun place to go if you just want to have fun and not worry about the story. Okay, so just because it said there was only one innocent in it doesn't mean there's only one. You can find additional ones to subdue. And now there's like an innocent farm thing where it's kind of like the Pokemon breeding system where sometimes they can create a new innocent. But you can see though, I only did a couple of levels, but you can see they started at level 10 and they're already level 15. So that's the other thing. There are less floors, but enemies level up more between floors, I noticed. And she's a mage, so as you would expect, she's got very high intelligence, and she has different spells she can cast. And I swear, some of these attack animations look like they were pulled directly from, like, Dragon Ball Z and other shonen anime. So that's really what this is. Think of this like a shonen anime turned into a strategy RPG. So it's very important to look at abilities. So like Cursed Dance is hers. And yeah, and the Witch Doctor class is female. And yeah, you go over to ability. So Cursed is increased damage taken by enemies on map by 5%. So as long as she is out of the base panel and you can only take out 10 characters, you have to put someone back in if you want to get someone else out. And if you pull out 10 people and all 10 of them die, then it's game over. Or at least you go back to the main screen, not like in the old games. So, yeah, it's important to look at that. So as long as she is not in the base panel, enemies will take an extra 5% damage from her Cursed Dance ability. But then you have some other interesting ones that you want to pay attention to, like, for instance, this character, Lovely Song, is her unique ability. What does this do? Hang on. Increase stats of allies, so as long as she's out of the base panel, every other ally gets plus 5% to all of their stats. And she learned Happy Song, increase XP gain, which is important for level grinding. And that's why it takes up 5 ability slots. And you can only have up to 6 points, so that's pretty valuable. Now, she also has a unique skill called Water Cutter that has insanely good range.
It's no use.
I'll cut you down!
Come quietly. Your fate is peeled.
And she does this thing where she says cliches wrong. So she just said, your fate is peeled instead of sealed. It's funny. It's kind of dumb, but it's funny too. Oh yeah, I better take her out before someone else does. And she absolutely Looks like an homage to an old Darkstalkers character. Although maybe they're both coming from the same mythology. I don't know.
You're not getting away.
And so, this character is like a saboteur. Most of her skills, like, can cause different, status effects. So I'm gonna try to poison. See, now you're poisoned. So poison, as you'd expect, they take a little bit of damage each turn. Yeah, I really didn't need to bring out the heavy hitters here. Cool.
Let's go.
Nice. And Star is a magic spell that doesn't use any elements, so there's like no resistance. Because you can see it'll tell you she has 75% resistance to fire, but she's weak to water. Whereas Star is meant to cut through enemy resistances. Or at least hit enemies that you otherwise wouldn't be able to hurt with whatever element you're using.
You should just
Alright. There we go.
Like this.
So I'm doing item world just so I don't spoil too much of the story at this point. Because I'm one of those people who just really likes Disgaea. I really like the gameplay. So to me, I could do item world all day just because it's, you know, like it can be tedious when you actually want to achieve something. But if you just want to sit down and just play for a while and not worry about story, and or you have like lower level characters you want to try to grind out, then this is where you go to do it. But see, look, they're already level 20, so I do have to be careful. I'm gonna jumbify her. And that's why. It jumbifies everything, huh?
I love that smell.
Things are heating up.
And this girl snorts gunpowder, just so you know.
I'm so sorry.
Now, if there's a jumbified person on the enemy team, you have a Giga Safster attack, which allows a jumpified person to attack the other jumpified person. Although regular people could still get close enough and just hit them normally. And it only lasts for... Well, for the player, Jumpify only lasts 3 turns, but the enemy doesn't have that kind of restriction. So I've had levels where an enemy Jumpified and just wiped my whole party, and I, you know, couldn't do anything about it. Oh, cool. So, yeah, you have these special rooms. And it plays Laharl's Hymn, which is the character from the first game. Now, I gotta say that the mystery rooms are not as interesting as they were in past games. Like in Disgaea 3, there were mystery rooms where if you kept talking to characters, they'd eventually get mad and attack you. Yeah, so far I haven't found any truly interesting mystery rooms in this game. So, we got some geo panels that don't have any modifiers, so if there's no geo symbol, then they might as well not even be there, like it doesn't do anything. So they seem to be going up 5 levels per floor of the dungeon, so something to be mindful of.
Your name is worthless. Go. My numbers are solid.
Yeah, this dude is a,
Target locked.
I don't wanna lose.
this guy is a robot who can, or an android, who can kind of tell the future. But he predicts that he has a, like, 99% chance of beating you, and then you end up winning anyways, so. And then he joins you because he figures the probability of you succeeding in your quest is high enough. And the probability of him getting beaten to a pulp is very high if he refuses to join.
Don't regret this.
Now, if there's no enemies standing on that panel, you could create a tower and just keep throwing people until they get to it. That's the easy way to get through Item World. But you're better off just clearing each level, because then your item will get stronger.
Do as your Shogun says! Your Shogun has returned!
What?
How about, dude?
Yeah,
Dude!
he's a total dork. He's kind of annoying, but he grows on you after a while.
Target locked. Just as planned.
Now, there's other stats, like in the lower left corner there, like the shoe is movement range. The wings are your jump height, meaning you need a higher jump height to be able to go, like, say, from here to here, you know. There's elevation in this game. So characters at higher, like, if you're at higher elevation than the enemy, you'll do more damage. You also do more damage from the back or the sides. So that's something else to be aware of. So I'm going to get somebody with high jumping ability in case these two can't get up there. But I chose them specifically because they should be able to.
Who wants to die next?
And sometimes you gotta be right next to the spot you wanna climb. Yeah, so she actually can't get up there, and he can't get up there either. So let's see if I can... Yeah, I can just throw him instead. So that works out. Open a random chest. How does that work?
I'm gonna get you. Got you in my
Ooh.
sight. I'll squeeze it all out.
What does that do? Increase stats of defeated innocent. Oh! Except that there aren't any innocents on this level, so what's the point of that? I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, ready? Yeah, they're level 30 already.
I'm gonna do my worst.
I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna attack this one. So first all the reds turn purple, then I hit the null symbol, which nullifies all of them. And when you successfully do that, every enemy on the stage takes damage, which is good.
Hip hop. Yeah. Sorry. Beginning extermination.
Nice.
It's me.
It's no use.
And another fun thing to do, printies will explode if you throw them. So,
This is nothing.
there, see? That is a printy's unique ability. They explode when you throw them.
There. There's... Hey. I screwed up. It's showtime.
See, I don't just jumpify the girls.
Training.
34. So
Think you can beat me?
she's weird because when you check her ability, yeah, she can't equip swords and she gets decreased stats. I don't know if I can get rid of that later, but she has other unique abilities like she can parry attacks when the spear is equipped, and she gets higher attack stats if she has no armor. So that's why, yeah, I didn't give her any armor, but you can see her stats aren't that great right now. At least she does a lot of damage, though. I think.
Show me what you got. Don't dare.
Nice. Charlie. Yeah, I gave him this scared voice.
I got this. Come on.
And of course you want to give characters weapons that they actually have aptitude
Coming
with.
for you now.
I'll do it. On the edge.
Oh. See, I gave him some good equipment, obviously. So yeah, most of my live Twitch streams get archived onto YouTube. I just send them over as is. Anytime I download them with the intention of doing some editing, I just don't end up doing it, or it just takes forever. So I'm just getting into like video editing now, and it's just very time consuming to render videos and stuff. So like this class and this class I haven't unlocked yet, so if I were to throw them into the base panel, it would just get destroyed. And everyone in there would die. So, whereas if it's a character that you could make, and they're a lower level than Perillica, then you can capture them, assuming that the people in the base panel are able to defeat them. It's all a little complicated. Oh, pardon me.
Let's study.
And she's a succubus, as you can tell.
A+.
And this is a Nekomata. So if you're a fan of cat girls, this is your game.
Impossible. I won't accept this.
Here I go.
Oh, dead? Fine.
I got this. They can't sweep me out.
Guess I gotta.
Let's study. How's this? Not quite this.
Oh, dead?
Now you'll see my beauty. Hey!
Work hard.
Now, in a normal stage, the rage meter has to fill up and then it goes away at the end. What's good about Item World is that your rage gauge will continue, so you can jumpify more often. Yeah, so then each class also has a unique jumpify bonus, as you can see. And as you keep attacking with a certain weapon, your mastery goes up, and that's how you learn new abilities for that weapon.
My pants are falling.
And then what's interesting, though, in this one, for each class, you can actually, like even if you have a warrior, you can still have him level up as, like, a martial artist instead, and I think learn some of their moves, maybe, or get different stat bonuses each level. Yeah, so level 44 already. That didn't take long. So now I gotta start bringing out the stronger characters if I want to stay alive here.
My coat and armchairs.
I'm gonna do my worst.
Yeah, see, that survived her attack somehow.
Ready? Snort!
I told you, she snorts gunpowder. She's crazy.
I'll take your cash and your life. You're not getting away.
Moving out!
Yeah, now every 10 floors there's a super powerful enemy, like an item general they're usually called, or something equivalent. But see, like, that's the only thing with this game is that you have to really level up an item for it to get stronger, but the enemies get much stronger. So you just gotta be careful. And then, so you see how some of the main characters have a hell meter? That's only available to certain, like, story characters. Oh yeah, so then you have the statistician class I didn't unlock yet, but in Disgaea 4 they introduced the statistician, and at a high enough level she got an ability that would boost XP gain, which was always helpful.
Who's you?
Move.
Really? Yeah, hammer.
Oh, she's charmed now. Alright, so it's not just boys, she can charm girls too. Charmed, I'm sure.
Where's my bed, meow?
Don't you do your best?
Hurry! Skin will dry out.
Counter, 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 counter. Sometimes you get a, yeah, a whole string of counter attacks. But see, I found out too, if you put them in the base panel, that resets their movement, so you can kind of use that to move further if you want to.
Bed, meow. Good night's sleep, meow. Meow. Great sleep night, meow.
Nice.
Except.
What a pain.
Oh, she's got a lot of range. Holy crap. I didn't think she could hit me from that far away.
You're too noisy, meow.
Alright. Okay, so my goal was just to clear 10 levels. And here we have an item general. And some pretty high level people too, so.
I'll cut you down! Nice!
Think you can beat me?
Okay. If you want her to use a sword, then you could use that. You could equip a sword to her if you want. Let's see how this works. I think that's just a spear skill. Yeah, anybody with a spear could use that. It's still cool though. Yeah, so a nick means that it barely hit.
Impact detected, yes.
So her hit stat is only 241, her speed stat is 504. So a nick just means reduced damage. Like, think of it like they tried to get out of the way and you just barely grazed them.
With a flourish. Use.
Your life's mine, dude!
Critical damage sustained.
Do as your Shogun says!
Here I go.
Kill, kill, kill!
Okay. Wow. And now he counters. And now somebody can jumpify. But who? Who will jumpify? You will jumpify.
Die now.
Just took them all out, see? How cool was that? Yeah, he's got pretty good stats.
Oh my.
is tricky. Let's see, then he just hit for 2,000 damage, so I don't know.
I died.
Ah, miss. Oh well. Giga Wind.
Wanna play?
Here I go, dude.
I put my own guy to sleep. Wonderful. Yeah, you can kill your own people if you're not careful, or you can do it on purpose like I just did because I don't care.
Dude.
Nice. I have it set to auto heal, by the way.
Looking
Well,
for
the
something?
beginning of the game is kind of slow because you don't have a lot of money. Yeah, I don't want any of those items. Alright, so I'm gonna go talk to the guide. What do you want to do? I want to get out of here.
Kiss me out.
So yeah, 129 levels, only got it maybe an extra, what, 10 or 20 attack power? I don't know why they did that, like... They made the item world more tedious? What? Why would they do that? Nobody knows. She's level 61 now, cool. So there you go. There you go, this
Welcome
is...
to the juice bar.
Disgaea 7. No spoilers.
Yay! Going so soon?
Lost lambs. This is the hospital. May God watch over.
Alright, so this was my spoiler-free stream/review of Disgaea 7. I love these games. Maybe you'll love them too, I don't know. I recommend this game to fans of the series, fans of JRPGs, strategy RPGs, tactical RPGs. If you like Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics, those types of games, then there's a lot to like about the Disgaea series. It's the newest entry, but every game has a different characters, different story, so you don't have to play them in any specific order. Each game has
Looking for a posting?
unique gameplay elements.
Please come again.
And as DLC, you can buy characters from previous games, and it gives you a new, like, story chapter to play before you unlock them, I think.
I'll show you the way, dude.
So, there you have it. It's getting late, and I want to go to bed soon. So, to anybody who watched, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, you have a better idea of if this game is for you. If it's not, that's fine too. I'm not going to tell you what to buy. I'm just going to give you the information you need to decide if it's the right game for you or not. That's all. Alright. See ya.